I don't know the news at all.
I don't know it either. So Jeff's like offended by the fact that I don't think there's any news
Sports
going
is
on.
full on going.
Yeah.
So my talk radio is sports. It's sports this. It's sport. My world is sports right now. So what's going on in
So what's going
actual
on
news?
on actual news?
Well, I mean, so this is a hell of a way to introduce things, but
Okay.
So why don't we do that? That seems proper.
I'm Pat.
I will.
I'm Jeffrey. And what we're trying to do here is hash out this divide between us that is greater than the gap that we had where Pat hangs out at the fucking Golden Boys Rockefeller Club.
Yeah, with my boat shoes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's what we all wear there.
Is it talking about going to the bar?
This is the
And then
fucking bar.
shooting
Yeah,
things?
apparently it's
Okay.
an exclusive club only for rich snobs like me.
'Cause that's
Well,
who you discuss with.
Right, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so that sort of leads into one of the big issues here, right? Is, yes, of course, with midterms coming up, it's been all a flare about what are the key issues that are meaning something to voters.
My understanding is that it's basically just conventional wisdom that the Republicans are going to win everything.
More to the point, it's that the polls are starting to align, and they're starting to look worse. And what's interesting to me...
What do you mean by look worse? Look,
I mean, like,
look worse for the Republicans or the Democrats?
Well, okay, so I guess that's the perspective. So that would imply that I have skin in the game. So it is looking far worse for Democrats right now than previously imagined, which was already looking bad. They're expecting to lose more seats than they previously thought. And a lot of that has to do with an absolute refusal to address any of the issues that actually mean something to people.
I mean, like that. Even some of the seats in New York and stuff are like close.
Yes, they are. They are. And evidently, the state and city of New York they hate all of their leadership.
Yes.
All of it.
Except for the Yankees are playing.
Good to have a distraction.
Well, okay.
God, imagine that city if the Mets and Yankees
no.
all lost,
Bounced.
and
Ooh.
now all they have to do is pay
Wait a
attention
minute, are
to
the Mets
politics.
in?
No, they
No,
lost.
they're not. Yeah.
No,
No, the Padres
Padres
wiped the
beat
The
Dodgers.
Padres wiped the Dodgers.
but the
which is-
Padres wiped the Mets first.
Yeah, I think they did. Yeah.
The Padres,
shit.
although the Padres have a pretty big payroll too.
Yeah.
Is it Dodgers big?
I think it's pretty close.
Okay, well,
Because I mean, they did just do the Insano trade this year that got him. What's his face from the
Oh, yeah. Who the fuck was that?
from the Nationals?
Yes.
Not Trey Turner.
Trout.
Not
No,
Trout.
No.
Is it Trey Turner or is that who's the Dodger?
I think that's who's the Dodger.
They got the other guy. Yeah, but they did the Insano trade where, and then they paid him like $800 billion, and they've already given Manny Machado $800 billion.
yeah.
And they have all sorts of pitchers and.
I wish Manny Machado wasn't good.
Manny Machado's on the list.
I don't think it's that great. Like since he went to the Padres, he's been there.
No, like, I wish that guy sucked a long time ago because I don't like his attitude. I think he's a dirty player. I think,
I don't know enough about him,
God damn it.
but I don't
like,
watch baseball.
No, it's not just watching
Yeah.
it. So, my recent baseball years, all right, I do play catch up from time to time, but more of my baseball highlights have been watching like the worst incidents in baseball by year. And Manny Machado is consistently involved in like
Yeah.
40% of them.
like doing dirty stuff,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like in the field or as a batter,
Yes.
Well,
like
mostly.
stepping on people's hands.
So
or something?
there's a little bit of you can debate the merits of the bad play at second, right? The going outside the base path.
Oh, right. Okay.
You can talk about that, but yeah, there's a lot of like there's a lot of jawing. There's a lot of bullshit going on at the pitcher batter connection. He's been plunked several times.
All right. Fair enough. Yeah,
So, you know,
it's good to hate people. Like in sports, I think it's fun. So
It's good to hate people in sports.
sports?
Yeah. I don't know about hate, but I mean, I think it's good to have like Goliaths out there that
I
want to
hate.
fight. Yeah, I know you hate, man. You're a Bronco fan. You
I
can't help it.
root for injuries.
For injuries.
I
So
keep waiting for Mahomes to just
it's
have
not
his
going to
leg
happen,
just-
man. Yeah.
Joe Biden on TV.
That's gonna backfire, man. Russell Wilson's.
Oh no!
Yeah.
We would have
Oh dear.
lost money.
We'll just
well,
print more.
Good lord! Oh my god!
Look,
I can't
it's
believe
only-
some of the
it's-
memes that have been out. Like,
I'm gonna say, like, it's on the list for the week here, buddy. So if you want to talk Broncos, go ahead and talk Broncos.
oh, it's just so bad. Like,
Like, I can see
it's
like
it
your
was-
heart
it was-
breaking from the outside, man.
Like,
do you need a rant on the Broncos?
I have not rooted for kicks
Yeah, here we go.
so often. Like, I wanted them to go for the tie against the Colts.
Mhm.
I wanted them to choose defense when they won the coin toss in overtime.
That's very specific.
It's just so bad. Like, he gets the ball, and before a second is over, his feet are just like stomping the ground, and he is just darting his eyes around at the line. I'm like, you have to look up. Those are your receivers out there. And then now all they're doing is showing snapshots of like Russell Wilson like looking at guys wide open and then not even knowing that they're there. It's embarrassing. And then they keep coming up with random injuries that he has. And I'm like, just oh, it's so bad. So bad. It's worse football than when we had whoever else was there at quarterback for the last 6 years.
All the other guys.
All of them.
Take me back to a quarterback was worse.
They went
Reese.
through.
Tim Tebow?
They went through. He had higher points per game
Dick Blubber.
for his career.
Snake
than
was awesome.
Yeah.
He was. He
was
took us to
great.
the championship
Yeah,
game. Paxton Lynch has more points per game as a starter than Russell Wilson does for the Broncos.
Cool.
The Pirates.
No.
It's just so hard to watch. It hurts.
Oh, what about Sexy Flexy from your school, Mr. I Ride My Skateboard to Class?
Brad Van Pelt.
Oh,
Yeah,
I remember
yeah.
that.
Did he actually? Did he start?
I don't think he actually started.
I don't know if he ever
don't know if
started.
he
I don't know if he
started.
actually started a game. He played.
He played.
He would play. Yeah.
It's just bad, and our defense is so good, and it's just
Just give the ball to the defense.
they won the coin toss.
Yeah.
Choose to kick.
That's such a strike. That is such a
Russell Wilson in the second half and overtime was 3 for 11 for 15 yards in 40 minutes of football.
that's 5 yards per completion. And what is it when you break it down per pass? 1.1.
Yeah, garbage. Garbage. It was it's just so terrible. And yeah,
So what's wrong with him? Tell me what's wrong with Russell. Why is he performing like this?
it looked like they're trying to coach him to play a certain way within the pocket, and he does not know how to do that.
So should they coach to let him play to his strengths, or
That's the thing. He says he wants to learn to play this way so that he can play 10 more years. Whereas if he plays his way, he knows he's going to get broken. So I think it's both of them together thinking that they're going to outsmart things so that they can be together forever and play forever. And they're just going to throw this season away as a learning curve where you chose not to use the preseason to learn anything.
oh,
It's just I hope the new ownership fires the coach, goes on and gets Sean Payton, and we just play football.
does Sean Payton want to coach here?
I don't know. That's the rumor.
He's on TV.
Just put enough zeros on that check.
Well,
They have the money.
I suppose.
It's just bad. It's bad.
So it's a year under construction, eh? So,
I don't know. I keep hoping for defensive scores.
yeah, that's pretty bad, man. So when that's kind of your last hope. So I don't know, man. I watched the game. It was so disappointing that I don't know. So
I
the
had to
Broncos
drive-
might like be Star Trek like by me now. It's like I don't care anymore.
I had to drive home. I had to drive home from
Ouch.
work during the start of the game, so I missed the only excitement.
Yeah.
Because once the first quarter was over, they were done,
Yeah. Well, it was so slow too. It was painful.
and they couldn't get the Chargers off the field.
No.
Ugh. I don't know how many plays that drive was. It took the entire second quarter.
Oh yeah. It's like 12.
Oh my! A 12 play.
It would sound like that.
No.
man.
I'm just saying that is. It's like, what year is this? 1988.
Yeah, exactly.
And you're the Redskins.
It was like every time it took them all three downs
Yeah.
to get 10.5 yards.
Well, again, that was like classic. That's classic football where it's all right. So the first rush is about 3 yards.
Yeah.
The second rush, 1 to 2 yards,
And then a 5-yard
and then a
completion.
5-yard completion. Yes.
Yeah,
That
pretty
was
much it.
all of football for all teams, not the 49ers, from the years like 1978 to like 1991.
Not for the Lions were in there, and they were
And
the Oilers. The run and shoot were fun.
What about the fun and gun?
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 I want some fun. I was really hoping for fun. Even if we lost, I was cool. I just wanted excitement. This is just
Hey, I get
beat
you,
your
man.
head on a rock.
So, I mean, on the flip
Don't
side,
say the Patriots. Don't even. No,
Well-
I don't want to hear about their stupid defense and Zapke doing whatever. No,
well,
I don't
it's
want to hear.
weird.
I don't
I'm
want to hear.
conflicted now. I have been standing up for Mac Jones, but then again, there are little shades here, almost tiny shades, of the Bledsoe Brady situation from so many years ago. Where do you keep playing the hot hand, or do you go with you are not supposed to lose your job due to injury?
Well, they're playing the Bears this week, so he's not losing his job if he wins.
But he might if he loses.
If you lose to the Bears, you deserve to lose your
Yeah,
job.
yeah.
But there's no way the Bears even score a point. Good Lord, have you seen Justin Fields?
I mean, highlights, if you want to call them that.
He's got a better arm than Tebow. Run faster. But he can't hit him. He's terrible.
It's so bizarre, William. Like, we've talked about this before. Like, the sheer number of people on this planet, right? And you cannot find 32 of them that can consistently play the quarterback position well at any given time.
Well,
That's wild.
what's great is my boss is a Bears fan,
Oh,
and he says
man.
the last time we had a good quarterback was Sid Luckman. And I'm like,
Sid Luckman?
that's like in the
I
60s.
was going to say that.
Yeah, that's
Yeah. I was like,
He's
so
like,
Jake Cutler was your best quarterback in out of all that? He's like, probably.
that's pretty
over Jim
yeah.
McMahon, who was,
It was
a
the
placeholder.
defense.
Well, yeah, but he was a
He was
placeholder.
fun.
Yeah, yeah.
But he wasn't a good quarterback.
No, well, okay.
I mean,
so,
he's like Rex Grossman.
well, okay. So number one, all right. So he did have the sweetness on his team. Number one, he did have good receivers. I mean, like Willie Gault was there, and of course, the arguably greatest defense that was ever assembled for a year's time.
Pretty. If not, then maybe the Ravens.
Which year? 2000.
The Trent Dilfer.
That's right. That's right. Because that's why you have that Truntil for exception in the record
I think
book.
they had like negative yards in the game. And still won.
I think you're right. I think I remember the game.
It was brutal. I'm sure it's like, I mean, but at least they were winning.
Right.
But it's just bad.
So what week is week 6, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. When's our bye?
We play the Jets this week, then we go to London to play the Jaguars.
Oh, that sucks.
Then the bye.
So we get to go suck on the international stage too, huh?
They love to put us on TV where we're the only game on and we suck.
That has happened twice, hasn't it?
4 times.
4 times. Oh yeah, you're right. I forgot about the first one too.
Thursday, 2 Monday nights, and a Sunday night, and they've all sucked.
Yeah, they've been bad.
Ugh.
So, oh well.
So okay, we can get off the misery.
We can get off the misery
No,
train now.
be as miserable as you want. Like my question is, have you had a venue where you've been able to express these criticisms?
No, I just sit there and I especially after the loss, I just sit there and listen to the fan, and I just hear them just rip everything apart, and everybody's sad, and
So
it's fine. It gets me through.
They help you commiserate.
Yeah. Misery loves company, and I know we're all out there together. It's cool hearing them all talking about the different ways to blow the team apart and fire. And it's like we got Walmart money. Get rid of this. Get rid of that.
I don't listen to the fan, but I do listen, like, just the sports radio, like the general stuff in the afternoon where they do the recaps and they have people call in. And man, this season people have been extra bitchy. So
It's so boring.
I know. So, what was the one? It was a couple of weeks ago where it was like I've never seen the fans like do the play clock.
Oh, that was week 2
to remind them of.
Fortunately, that doesn't happen anymore. They can actually snap the ball on time, but God, they cannot. They have no offense. Like, it is just complete mess.
Yeah.
So, and it sucks because I can't even root up for them to lose because the pick goes to Seattle.
Right.
So normally, at this point, I'm rooting for Tank.
Oh, that's right.
I can't even do that.
Yeah.
I can't do anything with this team right now. I don't.
Yeah.
Yes, you can.
I have a Nuggets hat coming tomorrow.
Oh,
There you go.
all right.
It's time.
It's time to kick over.
You can. I mean, there is still that. It's a reserved hope, right? Where you look at it about halfway through and you say, maybe this could be one of those seasons where I don't know what it is. Maybe it's one of those spark seasons where you're like, okay, they found their way, they started to pick it up, and they're fighting to get into the playoffs, and those can be exciting.
Well, there's only 2 good teams in the AFC right now, so there's still plenty of
The Bills and the
Chiefs. That was a good game.
That was a good game.
That was a good game.
You know what they said, and I hope they're right, because they were saying that this is going to be like the new rivalry, which I could be happy for.
I don't
It's like,
see what's going to stop them.
you never know. Like, here's...
Heisman.
Well, William, again, let me put it to you this
Noodle
way.
his leg. Yeah.
Sometimes, Will, you can have naturally gifted and wonderful athletes that have degenerative hip diseases that get tackled in a funny way and they're gone. It happens.
It does happen. I don't want it to happen to the Bills. I like that team.
Like, you're looking at me. Like, okay, I don't want to.
Oh, they're in your division.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
right.
Like, no. And I'm not going to say I wish bad things upon the Bills, because I don't. It's more so like, look, when you want to talk about some whipping boy teams, the Bills took it in the keister for a while. The Jets have really taken it in the keister for, oh boy, when was
Testaverde.
that Maton?
Yeah.
Was he their last?
Oh
playoff
no,
appearance?
probably butt fumble was the last time that they were actually
No,
consistently
in the playoffs.
They got to the playoffs.
Fairly consistently.
Was it twice? No, he was only there for like 4 years.
Yeah.
They only because that was Rex Ryan. He only lasted
that's right.
a few years.
Wasn't no, Andy Reid was with the Eagles, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I got those backwards then.
Yeah. Now the Jets have been brutal for.
I mean,
Chad Pennington. That was when they were.
There
you go,
Okay,
yeah.
if you want to talk about the name, I could sit here and think about all day, but never have it come to me. That's him. Yeah, because again, that's just another one of those. I thought this guy was supposed to be great.
Pennington.
Dude, there were some people
Great.
Dick riding Pennington. And look, man, every single goddamn year, there's two guys on whatever ESPN show you watch before the season starts. And some dickhead's going to say, I think it's the Jets year. And the other dickhead is going to say, I think the Lions are going to turn it around this time. Every single year. And so there were some dudes who were saying, like, Pennington, look, man, it's the same thing with the Browns when they're like,
Yeah.
Derek Anderson, man, he's the real deal.
Derek.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
He had a great year.
Yeah.
Won.
And it won. Yeah.
Oh.
And that was it.
Wow.
Oh, that town tried to love him too, man.
I don't
Sure
blame
did
him,
try.
man. And again, like, in what other world would you sit there and look at the losers that have been there and say, like, let's keep giving Quinn a chance?
Yeah, that's another
Fuck
one.
that.
Yeah.
Like, are you crazy? But they're like, yo, he showed just a little bit of spark. I think he's gonna be okay if he can just get his head straight. If he can get over his relationship problems.
Yeah,
or
he just needs
Their
to be a little bit
bar
more
is so
seasoned.
low.
Yeah.
I know.
So-
I know. And how are they doing right now?
Well, the guy they traded for is suspended. So,
Right.
but
Wait, what's the story?
Deshaun Watson.
Oh, is that why he's on the list?
Well, once he's off suspension, I think he'll be fine.
What did he do?
There's not a woman that he hasn't fondled inappropriately.
Oh, cool. Okay.
He's got he had 20.
I didn't want to click on it. So.
He had 24.
Outstanding, like, charges.
Lawsuits.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, I guess the NFL deemed that was not appropriate
That-
behavior.
yeah.
Hey, now, look, I'm going to make the argument. I always make this argument. You play until you are innocent, until proven guilty.
There's actually no proof.
That's what I'm saying.
Nothing's going to trial.
Exactly. So, as far as I'm concerned, you can think of this guy as, wow, he's got problems. But until
just cut
he's...
checks.
Oh, he cut checks.
Oh, okay.
Lots and lots of checks.
Yeah.
Some bigger, some smaller, I'm sure.
Well, those are the difference between the ones who's like, yeah, you're gonna get me.
Yeah.
The other ones who's like, nah, man, you just looking for a paycheck. Here's your
You
that. Here's your,
recorded it?
yeah. Ooh.
Oh.
Wait a minute. There's elevator cameras. What?
That's a shame.
That one he didn't have time to
That's
check
a
for.
What do you mean cell phone towers can tell where I was?
He's making the racist argument. He's like, no, we all look the same. That's not me.
Yeah, I'm right. Yeah.
So, news.
Yeah. Back to
Well, look, we tried to, but it went
That's
straight into...
what we said. There's
It went
not much
straight
news.
into... No, there is, but it went straight into sports, right? Because it went into New York, right?
Oh,
And
yeah.
That's where we were talking about the bouncings. Yeah, so there's all sorts of problems there. It's... that's what a lot of that is covering. Of course, the martial law being declared, and a lot of that
didn't
is
even hear that.
escalations.
See, that one's on the list. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's escalations with that situation.
Do you actually want to say what this list is? That you
Well,
keep
it's just the
referencing?
Google like trending one, and I mean it's interesting because I'm trying to get a feel for like how off topic we are from what everybody else talks about. So I'm just kind of curious.
Sports-wise, it's
Sports wise, it kind of comes and goes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm thinking it goes in waves, and so that's why, like, you know, like I don't know, man, because I didn't really think that there was that much news going on last week.
Well, again, according to this list, everybody in this country is obsessed with fucking soccer.
Well, 3 out of 10, yeah. I'm sorry, 20. So 3 out of 20. So that's a little better.
We do have a lot of people from the rest of the
Never
world.
mind, there's 4 of them.
Okay, so I would like to ask you, if you were to do an informal poll right now, if I gave you 5, or actually, I could do that. If I gave you 5 random Colorado Springs telephone numbers, and you woke them up right now,
Yeah.
which one of them is thinking, because you only need one. Which one of them is thinking about soccer?
I would say 0.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I don't think that's the fact that we aren't talking about it, I don't think that makes us weird.
No, I don't think that makes us weird either. I'm just thinking that there's spikes out there that exist that, we miss.
Yeah.
That's all. So.
There's plenty of soccer people out there. I just don't really.
I don't care.
I don't really know any of them. So, I mean, I know like a couple people who are interested when it comes on at the Olympics.
When the World Cup comes on.
Okay, or when the World Cup comes on. Yeah, okay.
But that's not
true.
it right now.
That's when the World Cup is when everybody that has some kind of identifiable nationality outside of the United States somehow.
Well, these
takes
are all
notice.
English teams. So I'm wondering, is there like a playoff system in English football that's going on right now?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I wouldn't. Okay, so it's so weird that it wouldn't surprise me because they have like 3 divisions.
Right.
So it could be.
Yeah. Okay.
But then again, I'll also say, because like one of the ones I saw was Manchester United. I guarantee you they're playing in the EPL.
See, I didn't even
Well, apparently they're playing West Ham. So I don't know. So
I remember, was West Ham... I think that's the team... No. Because one of those teams is the one that Ryan Reynolds bought. I told you about this. It's not that.
No, it's so different. It's a
he's
weird
a lower tier.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They were fighting to get into that tier, but that's definitely not it.
I think he's like 3rd tier, trying to work up to tier 2. I don't think he's ever even close to the ballpark of.
They almost made it.
I have no
Yeah,
idea.
they almost made it.
I've been tempted to watch it, but I have not watched it.
You don't care.
I like the Jason Sudeikis one, and that was soccer.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
I can't think of the name of the show right now.
What, the where he's the nice guy?
Where he's the coach.
Yeah. The super friendly.
Yeah.
You know, yeah.
It's based on the title with the mustache.
You had me watch it.
Yeah.
It's very cute. I can't remember what it's
I can't
called.
think of what it's
Yeah.
called right now either, but
Yeah.
I love it. It's so good that I can't remember the title.
It's weird because that show has won like a whole bunch of like Emmys and shit too, but
And in like one of the games in London, the whole cast was like at the game.
right.
And they're like, "Oh, look, it's all the guys from that show."
It's embarrassing because it would be like if you're trying to describe it, you're like the same way we're doing this. It's like it's that show. It's that show with those guys, right? It's got the guys in it,
Yeah.
right? And like
They do the things.
they have jobs, but they're always at this bar.
Right. Well, most of them have jobs.
Yeah, they're always at this bar.
Who doesn't have a job?
There's the guy who sits at the end of the bar who I can't remember his name, but he says he has a job, but we all know he doesn't have a job.
He doesn't have a job?
No, I don't think he has a job.
He has a job.
Who? Norm?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So that's
What
where
does he
you
do?
were going with that. I thought we were talking metaphorically here.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's,
I don't know if we were not mentioning
Yeah,
the name.
yeah, yeah.
that's where like we can't remember the name of the show.
Does he
but-
have a job?
I know at least in one episode he had a job.
he was.
As a beer tester.
Yeah, that was later. So the first like fucking 8 seasons of the show, he was always coming back from a job interview. Remember?
Was he?
Was that the thing? No, well, he had. I know he was married.
He was, and his
He had a
wife would
family.
kick him out of the house to go look for a job every day.
Did he just go to the bar?
Well, no, he'd go do an interview quote.
So he was
come to the bar.
he was an unemployment writer, huh?
I assume so.
Maybe.
So yeah.
If
If you could make it that long.
fucking Boston, man.
Yeah, wow, that's true. Yeah. You just slip the guy a $5 bill at the office. And say, yeah, you did a good job looking for jobs
Yeah.
this week. See ya.
Yeah.
See you next week, Norm.
Well, I mean, so that's the thing is he would give this is the old days of the unemployment office. So like he'd give them the numbers, who to call,
Yeah.
and
Like the Costanza one.
that's just all his friends. Yep.
Vandalay
It's
Industries.
just, yep.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
It could be. I
Bullshit
do know.
somebody today.
Yeah. Oh, Pat, don't ruin the one funny part of that movie.
What, you don't think the giant joint on the back of the chariot is funny?
I saw something coming out next year that I didn't know
What?
if you've heard.
What?
There's another Indiana Jones movie.
Fuck
Yeah,
that.
there is.
I had no idea. I was like,
Oh,
oh my
man,
god, he's
It's ancient.
Oh, well, it's all set up to literally
Kill
turn
him?
it over. Well, not kill him, but
They're gonna kill him.
oh, dude, it's well, they're not going to.
Will they kill him?
They're
not
gonna
going-
kill
They're
him.
not going to kill
I'm
him.
gonna call it right now.
God,
I gotta
that'd be
fucking get
crazy.
They're not going to kill him.
They're gonna kill
What a
him.
twist.
Yeah.
But they are deliberately setting it up to turn it over to Phoebe Waller-Bridge.
Who?
Phoebe Waller-Bridge.
She's not on the list.
Is it a girl?
Yes.
She's gonna be Indiana
Jane.
Jones.
Jane.
Oh.
I don't know. Is she? He has a daughter?
No.
A wife?
Yeah, he married Marion
Marion.
at the end of. Remember, Mutt is actually supposed to be his son. Shia LaBeouf is actually supposed to be his
Oh, that's right.
illegitimate son, but that handover worked out so poorly. Where not only audience were like, "All right, we don't like this guy," and then that dude was he like fried his second brain cell because he's only got 3 to work with, and he just started doing a whole bunch of crazy shit and got all into politics and
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't even heard of him.
Yeah, he turned into a Twitter warrior, didn't he?
he wasn't that bad, but he was the one. Remember, he's in front of the green screen. Just do it,
I remember
right?
that, yeah.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, he went fucking nuts.
Huh.
So it was a mixture of we don't like you, we didn't want you to do this, and
The Crystal Skulls were cool, but you ruined, like, that just totally ruined it for me, too. I really liked the Crystal Skulls. I was like,
Oh,
oh,
before-
a movie
yeah,
with
the actual-
Crystal
yeah.
Skulls. How cool is this going to be? Oh, man. You didn't do anything fun with them.
what's funny is there is I think about halfway through that movie, it's sort of like I do want to see where this turns out. But man, you're talking about a just not even close to sticking the landing.
Hit a Tanya Harding special with the
God, yeah.
Ooh, there's
Yeah.
an old reference.
We're doing pretty good about it in some of the old references.
Well, I mean, it's funny because it's not like you're sitting there watching a floor performance and you're saying, "This is the like the Nadia Comaneci thing. She's on her
Right.
way to a perfect 10."
Yeah.
You're looking at 7.5.
Right, yeah.
Maybe if they can do this.
Not gonna have to watch it again.
Yeah, and then you're watching somebody just tumble, like they're flipping and
Yeah.
flipping and flipping, and like they're not even getting up gracefully. They're like stopping to cry,
Right.
and then like coach yells at them like, "No, you have to stand
Yeah.
up,"
Yeah.
right?
Right.
And so they stand up and they say, "That's our movie," and that was
Sounds like a Will
Oh,
Ferrell.
that
That
makes
was-
me so sad.
that was the end of Crystal Skull.
So who's this girl?
Oh, she was in a show that I watched a long time ago called Fleabag, which actually wasn't too bad. It was a British show.
Is she British?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You probably know her best. She is the voice of the sassy droid from Solo.
Oh, okay.
That's where you probably know her best. There is
She's going to be the next Indiana Jones. This reeks of Kathleen Kennedy.
of course it does.
Okay, all
Catherine
right.
She's
Oh,
boy.
yeah.
Oh, man.
We
All
don't want to do that, man. We
Well, just
talk
who-
about Star Wars too much.
Who is she?
She's the one who took over George Lucas's empire.
Oh,
So,
okay.
yeah.
All right. Well, then I don't know. Like, I don't know. Who
You
she
don't
is.
want to know her.
Okay.
So just go look her up on Twitter, man. You'll know
I don't
everything.
know how to search Twitter.
Don't do it, Dad. Just be,
Well, don't
you're
don't,
just
don't
better
search on
off.
Twitter.
Yeah,
Just-
you're
just-
better
yeah,
off.
you can like. Don't go to Twitter for your information. Don't go to.
I never have. So
Yeah.
I would say you can go to Google, but I don't think you'll get the full story. For God's sake, don't go to Reddit.
but there's a whole chain.
Don't go to Prompto or something.
Yeah, what is it? Go to Quora or
Or, yeah.
whatever it is.
Is that how you're supposed to say it?
The
I don't know.
People's Daily.
I call it Quora. So
Quora?
maybe, I guess
That's
maybe
fine.
I'm wrong.
The one that starts with Q?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So how do you pronounce it?
Quora.
Ah, sweet.
Okay.
Maybe, I don't know. I've never heard it out loud, so I don't know.
I don't know why I'm pronouncing it with the hard Q. Maybe it's just one of those words my mind can't process, like it shouldn't exist.
I just happen to read through that stuff like every day. It comes to my email.
So does mine. And it's always about F-35s.
Oh man,
Mine's all comic book stuff.
The fuck?
Mine are all sorts of theories on comic books. And then every once in a while I get one that gives me a joke. I don't know why.
Wait, what's this?
The Quora, whatever it is.
Oh.
Do you get emails?
No.
Oh, I get.
He never signed up.
I don't know when I signed up.
I must have been something.
I get it,
because there was one where I needed to look at a thread. I was like trying to fix my furnace or something. And it only gave me like the first thing on the list. I'm like, well, I need to read the rest of the thread.
Well, I hit continue reading all the time. But I didn't know that sign. But I get like 2 or 3 emails a day.
Oh, really?
And then usually that first headline, I'm like, I always wondered which is the strongest Hulk.
Yeah, well, see, yeah, I don't. Every day for me, it's can the F-35 beat plane of
Yeah.
Really?
So I get
single day.
I get Quora news articles on my Google feed that are similar to that, but they usually relate to aircraft carriers.
Okay, reality.
Well, that's not the only one I get. I mean, I also get these ones that are like best 10 cartoons about dogs or something.
I would read that.
Yeah, over the last week.
See, that would hook me in.
Internet cartoons, yeah. And for some reason, when I get those on my list, or it'll be like, there's another site out there that's fucking infested my feed.
Who got you?
I think it's Bored Panda. Have you heard of them?
I don't know. Bored Panda.
They do these fucking listicles, but unlike the ones where you have to swipe through them, okay, this one you can just scroll through it. Okay, and so it inserts this little ads in between there, but they're small enough where you can see the next thing. But there's a thing in there that's kind of got me hooked. So it's some kind of stupid article, all right? Okay, like favorite fast food or something, or something like that. Or they'll say like things your dad should have told you but didn't.
I'm in.
And so someone will have like a top rated post, so it's kind of like Reddit. But then the clever thing that they do is they always put in a dumb comment from an actual user, which I'm pretty sure they cultivate just to piss you off. So, and it's this beehive of like fucking like youth angsty bullshit that's all related to like, the fact that I'm not going to be able to buy a house or something like this. So there's always like comments in there like that.
Oh
yeah. That is just, it's like it's like the most nihilistic things that you can find. So that they'll actually put on there as like, top rated comment. Mm-hmm. I'm like, this is a story about a dad, teaching his kid how to ride a bike. So you say, it would have been great, but my dad died when I was 2.
Oh my god.
No. It's okay. You're not being fair. Okay. Because it's not just that my dad died when I was 2.
Yeah.
Right. That implies that could have been an accident.
Right. Yeah.
This has to be something deliberate that came probably from the Reagan administration.
Yes, that would have been too bad if my dad had gotten killed by Nixon.
Because there's always this ultimate source of where the evil comes from. Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
You asked where the octopus brain is, right? And for a lot of people, it exists in the past, either in
Ronald Reagan,
the 80 to 88.
Greatest white man that ever lived.
Or 92 to 2000.
Oh,
depending on which side you're on.
Yeah, I've heard that argument quite a bit too. So, but one of them's dead. The other one's about to be.
He is skinny.
He's getting skinny.
Oh,
Billy Bob?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's getting a little skinny, and it's getting a little bit squeaky.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I get it. I understand. Like,
it would be ironic if Jimmy Carter outlives that motherfucker.
He's so tiny.
Jimmy Carter?
Like,
There's
Or
a fake video. There's a fake photo out there
with Biden.
I think it is that one. Okay, where he looks like he's a munchkin.
He does.
That one's fake.
Oh my god! Because that was where they were making fun of Biden because he wasn't wearing like a mask or anything. And they're like, "Are you kidding me?"
No, that's one of the pieces of fake news out there, man.
All right.
Yeah. Now it's not that fake. Okay, so they didn't alter it that much. But the fact that they altered it just a little bit,
Oh my god, he looked like a munchkin. Like, seriously, I was like, how are you a president?
I don't think Biden's very short though. So
no, I think
he's a little bit taller than the average bear. Yeah. So
and I'm sure the perspective of it and all that kind of stuff, the way they had him sitting too. But I was just like, oh my god,
he's tiny. So
yeah, and Jimmy Carter, I think one of the reasons that he's still like kicking is. Now, I don't think he was a particularly bright guy. I can't say for sure.
He's pretty sharp.
But I will say that of the last batch of presidents, I would say he's the one whose soul was, like, not dog shit. Like, there's actually a person in there that actually thinks, what is the right thing to do?
Yeah.
I can believe that.
I feel like of the last, like, 10 presidents... Jimmy Carter's probably the only one that, like, if he bought, like, a $2 slice of pizza, right? But you accidentally gave him back a $5.
Yeah.
He's the one that would be like, oh, sir, you...
yeah, probably the most likely.
Most likely.
Yeah. I think George Herbert Walker would do the same thing. So...
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
But he'd be like the principal of it. It'd be like the Hank Hill in him.
Wasn't he like the head of the CIA?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm not buying that.
I feel like with him, he'd do it, but it comes with a lecture.
Oh, probably. You get this whole thing about, like, you got to straighten out the boy. I'm going to do something your father should have long ago.
Ow! And, like, I can see, like, you're not getting it back from Junior because he'd be like, Finders keepers.
Right, yeah, exactly.
But then he's doing that in a, like, I'm going to go play pinball.
I'm going to go.
Right.
I'm going to go bite that guy a hot dog.
Yeah, I don't think you're getting it back from a lot of people. I don't... like Trump's not giving it back.
Trump's not giving it back. He's going to be like, what dollar?
Actually, you didn't give me any change.
You didn't give me any change.
That math doesn't work out. Give me my change.
Would Trump tip a dude with his own money from the tip jar?
Yeah. He's like, yeah, I think you dropped something over there.
Like, Biden, we can't make fun of because, it's just... It's just that version of, like, old people theft. You just, sir, right? And he's just wandering off that way.
Yeah, you just tell your supervisor about it later.
They're like, just give him the shirt, man.
Right,
That's
yeah.
It's gone now.
He tried it on so he can keep it.
He says he wore it in, and I believe that he believes it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe that he believed that.
Right.
Yeah.
That's rough. What about, okay. What about Reagan, though?
Ronald Reagan give it back.
I think he would.
Yeah, he would.
That's how it trickles down.
Oh, Ronald Reagan
Come on,
bad.
Yeah. That's not like a reverse dunk, dude. That's an uncontested layup.
Yeah.
I think Obama would give it back.
Yeah, probably.
Well, I don't feel shady about him.
I don't. It's a matter of fact, like, I don't think he was like a bad person at all. I think he let his administration and his goals get hijacked by some of the wrong people. And he stopped listening to himself way early on. got his pee-pee slapped by the wrong people, and he's like, I'm going to capitulate to these guys.
I don't even
And
know
that was a
100%
mistake.
what he wanted to do.
Yeah, I'm inclined to agree with you on that one, but I think he had a pretty like decent idea, but like he just hadn't been around long enough to actually kind of
Yeah.
know how the levers worked,
Uh-huh.
and so by the time he figured it out, he was already in a second term. So
Mhm.
you know, and that's where he started pushing back against his foreign policy guys and stuff like
Yeah.
that. And so like I mean, it'll be an interesting book that's written on him someday. So
I agree.
yeah,
But yeah, the fact that in the first year he started coming out, and basically all he said was, "Hey, black guys, pull up your pants," and he took it so
Oh, man.
up the ass from the black community.
yeah.
I
Yeah.
will never forget Jesse
Cut his
Jackson
nuts.
saying, "I gotta cut his nuts off."
No, cut his nuts
Like,
off.
for
Yeah.
what?
For what? Yeah. No, that was definitely one. The other one was definitely that, like, whole thing that happened, with the 2008 and not prosecuting some of those fucking guys. So that I would argue that if you asked him honestly about that, he would say that was an own goal. So yeah, because that would have been he would have probably if he had actually gone out there and said, no, these Goldman Sachs guys who fucked everybody over. Yeah. We got them over the coals, boys, finally, kind of thing. And, then the 2010 election would not have gone the way that it did. So, which basically neutered him for the next at least 4 years.
Yeah.
Until Nancy Pelosi got back in the chair. So, then he actually did a few things. So, but
He
nothing
did.
amazing.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I guess that's sort of a weird thing, and I know what he kind of went in as, and I know a lot of it was unofficial, basically anti-junior sentiment.
A lot of it was, yeah.
Where it was like, well, you're kind of saying like, war's over tomorrow if you're elected.
Yeah, then it
Right.
wasn't.
And then he's like, did I say war's over? I meant drone strike more people than ever.
Yeah, and send more guys back.
Right,
Yeah. So, because that's what these guys with all the stars and bars tell me to do. So let's do it. So
He knows better. He's in the military.
yeah, he's in the military.
Better to know.
I don't know.
I'm not in the military.
Yeah, 4 years later, he's telling you, "Fuck, you invade Syria? Fuck you guys."
Again, why?
Why?
Who's asking?
He's like, well, they're gonna redline us, and it's like, fucking let them.
I was like,
That's the whole point behind bluffing when you do the ante.
I mean, red line. They're gonna deny a whole bunch of people loans or what?
Yeah. No, I don't know. man.
There's. I think that may be one of the bigger, stinky things is how you talk about the book. That's the hijacking of what should have been an ideal.
Yeah.
And how people use that
Yeah.
to basically derail what should have had a ton of momentum
Yeah.
to actually shake things up in a crazy way. But,
Yeah.
I wasn't paying attention enough back in those days.
No, that's fine.
Yeah. Jeff and I kind of were, but
We were, but only in like a tangential way.
yeah. I don't know. Well, we'll see. So odds are that they're still gonna capture the House and the Senate in 3 weeks.
That's the theory.
That's just about everything that I've kind of seen is kind of pointing that direction. Even some of the lefty podcasts I've listened to are kind of like, so the guy in Pennsylvania with the dude who had the stroke is fading bad.
That's again the Fetterman.
So-
That's another one of those stories that skip past you. Or
I kind of caught that one, but I don't really know. Like the one that got overshadowed was Herschel Walker and his badge.
I haven't even heard of that one. A badge?
God, it's hilarious, man. So I didn't watch the debate, but the first thing that was actually going on so Herschel Walker's Senate race down there, and where he's actually running against a serious black guy. Okay, it's one of those things where like rather than actually focus on anything that was going on in the debate, the only thing that was actually popping into my new feed the next day was the fact that Herschel Walker has this like fucking honorary badge that a sheriff's department gave him for doing like work with kids and youth crime prevention. And so he pulled this out in this debate.
Oh no!
So I'd support cops. In fact, I'm one of them, basically. I mean, he didn't quite say that, but in all fairness, but I mean, it was obvious that was kind of the thing, and everybody's just. I mean, so I watched the replay of it. You could just hear this perceptible kind of like, oh,
Yeah.
So it's just this really weird, kind of not like an own kind of thing, but nor like somebody said something really sick or something like that. It's just kind of like this. Oh man, that poor man, he did that.
Right.
Who didn't stop you from doing that?
Right. Yeah.
No, it is. It's kind of like. It's kind of like when you see like a special needs person do something like really sweet.
Yes, that's exactly what it was.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, well, you hold the door open for your grand. That's great. Kind of thing. Yeah.
Well, no, so, if one of those poor kids, actually went up to, the head cheerleader at the school.
Oh, it asked him out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a much better metaphor.
You know what I mean? And, you know that it's like your intentions are, honest.
Yeah.
But
that's exactly what that's like.
It's so, yeah. And then you realize you're like, you have less law authority than Butterbean or Shaq.
Or Dog the Bounty Hunter. So I did see that one. I don't know. So that one, they're not really calling that one yet. Although
it's still up in the air. And I think it's that other guy's to lose, of course. There's a lot.
Warnock or something.
Yeah, Warnock. Yeah, it's kind of his to lose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There are a lot of governorships that are in pending danger.
The one that surprised me that wasn't was actually that the governor in Michigan. So
right.
Gretchen,
Gretchen. What's her name? The one that had the fake FBI plotting out. Yeah. So, but anyway, she was actually a commanding lead. So, and my understanding is that because the Republican Party actually put up a lunatic against her. So,
Look, that could have been one of those. Hey, remember that a few weeks ago, actually a couple of months ago, the Democrats openly said, we're going to dump money into your lunatic candidates. And this could have been one that paid off.
It might have been.
Right.
So that would be really easy to find out. So
possibly.
Yeah, that would be really easy to find out.
But, that being said, there are places where the butt kickings are coming. The Arizona is going to be...
What's going on with that one? Is the astronaut guy going to lose?
It's not an astronaut, it's a woman.
Oh, the governor.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about Senate.
Oh, no. It looks like Carrie Lake is gonna fucking body Hobbs, and that doesn't bother me at all. That chick.
I don't know anything about
that chick is making a presidential statement.
Yeah. Okay.
The other interesting thing is the mulling over, basically the DeSantis strategy, right? Because
I haven't heard anything about this.
Okay, so this is the new hotness, right? In the political game right now, right? Because there's a lot of people saying all right, so why is DeSantis getting his name out there so much? Why is he the one that's on the forefront of basically everything that is designed to piss off Gavin Newsom, right? Mm-hmm. And Kathy in New York. And people were saying it's because he's not preparing to run against Trump. It's them hedging their bets in case they find something that sticks that says Trump can't run. However, okay, I could buy that, but actually what it looks like is, so he's actually very popular in Florida.
Yeah, he is.
Okay.
Yeah. It looks like he's going to handily beat Charlie Crist. So
okay, yeah. And that's the thing is,
especially after the hurricane.
Well, okay, yeah, that too. You're absolutely right. It's also that while he is super popular, the Republicans aren't as popular. Mm-hmm. right? And there has been a history of Florida being a blue state.
Yeah.
And so a lot of the thing is, no, he's going to stay put exactly where he is because Florida needs to be a red state in order for elections to be close. So it's him settling in. He's going to stay there for as long as humanly possible.
4 more years.
Right?
Yeah.
To make sure that that place stays. So the thoughts of him, like people are calling for him to run for president, it's not. It's really not the plan.
He'd probably do it if Trump had to back out. So I don't see anything, and I did the deep dive on the whole fucking Mar-a-Lago thing and stuff. There's nothing in there really that's going to prevent him from running. So
There's squat. Here's the thing: is anything that would have been damning. So the January 6th shit is actually coming to a close.
yeah, as soon as Congress changes hands, it'll be a nothing. So they all know that too. That's why they subpoenaed him. So I mean, if you're gonna lose the game, you might as well throw your queen out there, man.
Well, yeah, absolutely. And that is one of the things that they're saying that is costing them hard is because you mentioned like losing the game and throwing your queen in, right? Mm-hmm. Evidently, harping on this has been something that backfired on them hard.
Yeah.
Where because evidently when they go out there and actually poll people about what do you actually care about?
Nobody cares about that.
There's stuff like this is real.
Yeah.
Okay? So you talked about I looked at the data on this the other day. You talked about how you and the Vanderbilts over there were like, well, we don't really notice a difference. We're going to be okay. All right, so inflation is 8.2, wages are raising at 5.
Yeah.
So there is a significant gap.
Yeah.
Okay? And for everybody that's in that boat, January 6th is somewhere down here.
Yeah, they don't care about that.
And they're like, you assholes have been running like, they're making this the biggest deal, right? I don't give a fuck, right? My ass is broke. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's where they're getting crushed on that. So that blew up in their face. Mm-hmm. So,
yeah, but I mean, they got 2 years to recover from that now. So yeah. So it'll be interesting. I actually think Biden will be a more effective president without Democrats in charge of Congress. So
I have no idea.
Yeah.
Why would you make that suggestion?
So I saw something that was really cool. So it was, well, I wouldn't say it's cool. It's just insightful about where he's always spent his political career. So, yeah.
Oh, okay.
He is, he will always gravitate towards the middle on every single thing. And so, when the Democrats, are in the House and you have the squad, screaming bloody murder and what is the caucus that what is the thing fucking called?
What, the thing where they...
No, it's bigger than that. It's like the Progressive Caucus. All right, was fairly large in the Democratic majority of the House. Mm. Okay, well, if they get fucking wiped out, they're irrelevant at this point in time. Yeah. And so who's Joe Biden gonna pivot to? He's gonna pivot to Republicans. So
we'll see.
He's done it every single time in his career.
I mean, if they'll play nice with him, I mean, I have no
Well,
idea.
they might not. And he said, I mean, it's anybody's guess as to whether or not he's going to run again. So
he says yes.
He says yes. Okay. Yeah. So, but he kind of has to say yes. Otherwise his party falls apart. So, and nobody will take him seriously in terms of getting any more legislation punched through.
Are you saying, okay, so the only reason you're saying that he said yes to basically keep the knives sheathed and stop people from stabbing each other.
He wants another year in Forum before he goes full Caesar on them.
Or they're in the production of making a life-size robot that
looks
like him.
Yeah, looks like
faceplate.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I got you. The problem is you can't. When you go out there and you program something, right? You typically program it to do things.
We don't have it there yet.
I know, but this is the thing, is when the robot comes out and he answers questions and says whole sentences, right? You don't build the robot and then say, all right, I need a team of Cub Scouts to hit it with a bat for 2 hours to sort of fuck it up. So you're going to come out and this thing is going to be walking straight and not falling down the stairs and shit and giving coherent answers.
Maybe he's going to have a new line of drugs that is made to enhance your mind, for Alzheimer's or whatever you've got going up there.
That's the
And that's how he's going to make more money.
Ginkgo Bilboa.
Whatever.
He's gonna up his tea intake.
You think his tea counts are like super low?
Oh, I guarantee you, man.
You think he lifts?
Who, Joe Biden? No, he rides a bike.
His hand?
So remember, he fell off of it. So
he doesn't ride a bike.
Well, he doesn't ride the bike anymore, apparently. So I don't know, man. I don't keep up with the White House press briefings, personally.
They're pathetic.
I don't care.
Well,
so if it's big, it'll hit the news.
You asked what's going on. Okay, so I'm following this a little bit more closely.
Obviously.
I have tidbits here and there, but not 3 weeks away.
You gotta troll hard. That's the thing is you gotta.
It's football season.
Oh yeah.
See, I get my news in like weekly doses. There's like 4 or 5 guys that I listen to, and they barf it out once a week. And so it's got to be something that hits like their hour that they actually talk about.
So fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
okay.
That's how I do it.
No, that's fine. Actually, this works better. You know why? Because you guys are a good filter in terms of like, Jeffrey, you should not be giving a fuck about this. This is like I can go out there and sweep up the floor, right? So
Right.
what is that what do they call that it's from Frito-Lay. It's the thing where they take all the sweepings off the floor and put it in one bag. And there's
Chex Mix or Chex Mix?
It's not Chex Mix. It's the ones that has like Cheetos and pretzels and like all the like leftover floor sweepings, and they put I think it's Munchies.
I don't know.
I thought it was either that or their party mix. So
Well, the party mix is that's like you're going into like Chex territory.
Yeah.
But this is the one where it's all of their like there's like Doritos in there, right? And it's just all of their crap, right? Where you'd like these on their own. You're like, oh, I'd like some Doritos. Okay, there's like 5 of them in here mixed in with a whole bunch of like rolled gold pretzels and shit, right?
But then they all have the taste of the Frito-Lay.
Well, these all taste like salt, man. So,
no, Frito-Lay. I don't like Frito-Lay.
Well, they
all feel that.
It's that weird sort of Frito onion salt.
Yeah.
But yeah, take that and you have like, all right, well, this has got like Dorito dust on it, right? So you look at it as like, well, I like all these things, right? So you guys are pretty good here when it comes to Jeff's gonna take the Munchies, the grab bag of Fritos. Let's say like
it's gonna eat all the cheesy foods.
and you guys have to be the ones who are like, dude, this pretzel's gotta go.
Yeah, man.
Pretzel's gotta go.
It's got peanuts in it. I bet you it's got peanuts. I'm allergic to peanut.
Yeah, or when it's true, you get that bag of trail mix and you're like, this is like 70% raisins.
Yeah.
And this isn't like store-bought, somebody made this.
Yeah. Yeah. There's no M&Ms in it.
Well, there's like one, so you know they have them.
Right, yeah. So you got to get them right away. So
yeah, and it's the one that's got all those like the weird like pine seeds and
oh yeah, there's not actually granola in it.
No.
It's just like oat clusters.
it's raisins.
Yeah, and raisins.
It's raisins.
And banana chips. Fucking gross. So
I don't eat any of those things. So
no. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, really? And you wouldn't eat them all smashed into one like
the grab bag of randomness is not.
Especially if they came off the floor.
You would never know.
Man.
You get it from Safeway. It's actually got fucking bristles in it. You're like, I don't want to eat this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, that's how I get my news. That and like I watch the evening news, so like the local news.
Right, which I don't get. I have to get that from you.
So, is there anything interesting going on in local news? The cops are in trouble. So, there was a cop in particular who was caught on the radio joking during last summer's riots, or quote riots down there. So,
joking about what?
well, he said
Like
call
baseball?
us when no. He said call us when it's time to collect the bodies. So, but you can tell he's joking when he's saying it. It's so tame and so harmless, but at the same point in time, they're all like, "Bro, you're on open mic all the time, man." So,
Yeah, but I mean, like, I've heard gallows humor way worse than
fuck,
that.
they
man.
do that all the
Yeah,
time, man.
Yeah.
So shit, it's like, and from what I hear, it's 10 times worse if you're in an ambulance
Or a firefighter.
or a firefighter. Yeah. So
Didn't a fire truck kill somebody the other day?
a fire truck did run over a homeless person who was
It was
sleeping
a
in the park.
homeless
It was a
person?
homeless person who was sleeping in the park.
Oh,
Yeah.
because the stump was on fire. This came on after the game or something.
There was,
like that.
there was,
I
yeah.
was just like,
Somebody down in Lake, I think it was Prospect, so set a fucking stump on fire because it's that part of town.
Yeah.
Okay, and the fire department sent one of their brush trucks down there, and they drove through the park to get to the stump, and ka-thump, ka-thump. It was like, what was that?
Okay,
And they killed her almost instantly. So
but did they do that in order to prevent not running over 5 other people on the track?
no, it was not like that.
Okay.
So they just didn't see her. So she was under a bunch of blankets.
So this wasn't the trolley problem.
They didn't steer for her.
we're playing the point game, huh?
This isn't the thing where it's like, no, we don't want to kill the 5 preschool kids.
Right.
We're going
right.
to run over the homeless lady on
That's-
the blanket. It was not like that. So there you go. That's your local news for the week. So,
Right.
and apparently they're going to build an overpass over here. So,
On North
Powers
Carolina?
and Barnes. So,
Barnes?
Yeah. So, how the fuck they're going to do that is beyond me. So, but it sounds like an engineering project for the SimCity, goons out there. So,
Well, I think
Wow.
we have a fairly good collection of like well-meaning engineering goons that
Yeah.
are happy to jump in on the project. Like
they did a good job on that one up north by your place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
well, that's what I'm saying. Like we don't even have to go like consult experts from like Kansas City or
Right.
What-
Yeah.
like you're in education, man. Like, and so was I. There's always something where we're a big district, and there was always something appealing about.
Yeah.
You'd always constantly get, well, he's the speaker from New Orleans.
Oh yeah, he's from Miami.
And somehow being from not even a bigger city, but a different city, was enough credential to warrant a full 8-hour in service.
I know it lent you so much like authority because it's like, wow, you got more black people in your district, cool. So
Right. But you don't want to answer. It's like, but we don't. So
right.
those are your problems.
Oh,
Well, no, I don't mean it that way. I'm just saying, like,
yeah.
that has nothing to do with me.
You're right though. It always had that feeling to it though that it was like, oh, you guys are still small town. You were small potatoes. You guys don't have the problems that we have in the south side of Chicago and stuff. And it's like, no, and thank God.
Yeah.
So, what are you doing here, man?
Well, especially when you talk about places that seem big but aren't. Like, if you had an expert from Oklahoma City, you'd be like, okay, yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
That's big news where you're from.
Right.
You are a big city there.
Yeah.
You actually came to a bigger city.
Yeah. No, I've seen that happen quite a bit. So
No,
I don't know. We don't really do in services anymore. So thank God.
no.
COVID did a good job of killing all those guys. So,
My God. Okay, yeah, that was the other. So that was the other big news was the information that came out that was Pfizer did no testing about whether their.
I haven't heard this.
Oh
haven't
no,
heard that
this
either.
this is huge. They did no testing about whether the vaccine reduced transmission. None.
what did they test?
If it was going to kill you.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's the obvious question. What were they actually testing then?
They're basically testing the efficacy of your body fighting it off with the
okay.
right. But it was absolutely billed
Yeah.
as the preventive way to stop transmission, and it came out that was not tested for at all.
So are we going to hear about Anthony Fauci in a year from now after he's quote unquote retired?
If we're lucky, we will,
Yeah.
and that's because he's like in the stockade.
Yeah. That's what I'm kind of thinking. So we'll see.
In
Or
fucking
the guy,
Jester's
Peter-
clothes.
That guy for sure.
That's
Ball sack.
yeah.
So
Do you want all that information to come out
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
that many people that took it?
Yes.
Do you want them to all know?
Oh, absolutely. You have a right to know. So, yeah.
Well, you should have had the right to know.
If the
before
information
taking
wasn't
it.
available, then you don't know, man. So, I mean, was that a known at the time and they just decided to withhold it? That's a different issue than whether or not, hey, man, I think it works and everybody really fucking wants it. So here we go.
That's not how medical testing is supposed to work.
I understand that's not how medical testing is supposed to work. But the other thing is, I actually do have quite a bit of respect for the amount of fucking public pressure that was on all these guys at that time. So, you know, I mean, what would you do in that situation? Sorry, you know, fucking 330 million motherfuckers who are asking for this. So piss the fuck off. I'm going to do my job according to the book.
You were asking the wrong guy.
I know I'm asking the wrong guy, all right, but also at the same point in time, I don't know if you could actually maintain that position and actually hope to actually stay in that position. So,
Patrick, I would give this long, labored speech about how the hardest thing I've ever had to do is come clean with the truth. Right. And I would put myself on this very public cross for their sake.
Yep.
But
I'd still fucking kill you.
Of course.
They would drink your blood.
They would promise me in a second, and the fucking bird would eat my guts every day.
Yeah.
But the guts would grow back, so the bird would eat it again.
Yeah. Gross.
I didn't write
I
it.
know you did it, man.
My understanding is that when he got loose, he was pissed.
I bet he was. I can only imagine.
But yes, you're absolutely right. They would eat me alive. But yes, I would try to sort of martyr myself. But
yeah. And so, see, I think that's the thing that they would actually pin on Fauci on that one is he obviously didn't try. So, you know, to even make that argument, you know.
But he did.
What?
He said that this was the only way to stop transmission.
No, make your argument. So.
Oh, terms of the people must know.
Yes. So no, I'm saying he did not make your argument.
Oh no.
He did not even try to make your
Nope.
argument.
No,
So that's where they're gonna get it.
You got to remember, my whole ethos is a journalist who thinks that the world hinges on me getting out the truths of the world, right? And I understand that my position, more often than not, overwhelmingly, like 99 times out of you pick your denominator, is just me holding a sandwich board that says the end is coming, right? So I understand that my dumb ass.
I would give you a better denominator than that. So yeah.
Pat, I was right about COVID once, but in terms of all the other, yeah, look, and I'm not saying that you didn't take a big loss, all right? You know, the Broncos still lost to the 49ers, they just lost by a bunch, but it's still only one loss.
That's true.
Right? More often than not, I'm wrong about this shit.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
I was plenty wrong about some.
I've been wrong
I
about it.
still feel pretty good about not having taken the vaccine.
Well, I got the card. I think I'm okay with just the 2, right?
Yeah, I took the 2, and I think I'm good. So,
Like, there is no force on earth where they can,
They keep telling. I hear it on the radio advertising it.
like, don't even, like,
oh, they do, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
do they really?
They do.
COVID
Yeah.
booster.
It's on during the news too, on the local news. So you
Winter
get
is coming.
political ad. You know, fucking plumbing guy, and then our COVID shots are available. Thank you, I didn't know that. So please, commercial, tell me where I can get one of these. Oh, from my nearest medical provider. Cool.
Yeah, I hope that's...
God, they're so bad.
Yeah.
So they're so bad.
But see, okay, that's the other thing that you guys get is you guys still get...
Side just
Yeah, well, the radio.
We get the actual advertising
Yeah.
to the masses.
Actual, like broad media, mass media advertising. So
I even see physical commercials.
I do too. Yeah. No, like the radio ones are better. Okay, so because they're more like, come on down to Frank's Auto Shop so we can fix your auto, kind of stuff. Or there's always these ones about like, have you checked your ducts lately? So there might be mice in there.
Winter is here. Get your furnace too.
Get your furnace done. Yeah. Blowout, sprinkler blowout. Yeah.
I get the dadvocates a lot.
What?
So there's like lawyers that are specifically for dads.
Oh,
that they
yeah.
advertise on the Fan a lot.
Yeah. Well, that one's on the Fan for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So on like general sports radio, I get a lot of like, what do I get? I get a lot of realtors. Well, actually, no, it's like the same 5 realtors who all advertise with like Sean Hannity. And so like Hannity comes on at like noon. I was like, motherfucker, you don't come on till 10 p.m. What are you doing? He's like, I'm going to tell you about Stephanie Locknet, the best realtor in Colorado. It's like,
Mid-Atlantic?
what the fuck are you doing telling me about it? Yeah.
All right, I'm far removed from this, but do they still do 1877 cars for kids?
Yeah.
No, I haven't seen that
He
one.
says, yeah.
They're definitely do.
Okay.
There's even there's something even bigger than like I think they take property now too. Like I don't know why you'd be getting rid of property, but yeah.
Park Place?
Think of Marvin Gardens.
What's the actually? That's cute. What is the hot corner in that? Is that the oranges?
That's the
and
orange
and red.
Orange and red.
Orange
okay.
red.
Yeah.
Yeah, because isn't that there's like a statistical analysis on it. You're like, the chances of not actually landing on one of those in there is like less than 90%. So
Yeah, and aren't there a disproportionate amount of cards that also take you to Murderer's Row over there?
yeah,
There's the red and there's one to the red, one to the orange, one of the light purple. Light blue,
St. Charles Place.
Yeah.
Oriental.
there's one that advances you to
cares?
free
Yeah.
parking too, right?
No,
Oh, I thought there was.
no, there isn't a car that takes you.
You go to jail?
Yeah. You
Oh,
go
that's
to
right. It's jail. Yeah, that's different.
But there isn't one for Marvin Gardens or any of the greens.
Mm-mm.
Um,
God, you talk about a game.
But do
I
you
haven't
go to
played in a while.
Boardwalk? Like there is a car that takes you to Boardwalk, isn't there?
I think that was the game was Advanced to Boardwalk, but that has to be a card.
I think
That's why they called the game that.
Yeah, advanced to boardwalk, pay triple. Haha.
Oh yeah, there were ones that were like pay double the amount owed or something like that, right?
Well,
Maybe
that's if
in
you had
like,
a
yeah,
Monopoly.
yeah. Once you had a Monopoly,
Oh,
but
fuck that game.
use that game to teach accounting.
I played the Go Mario Kart one.
Fuck
The
that.
kid-
That's the
Yeah.
worst
That
one.
is bad.
Oh my
we banned
God.
Mario though.
I still think you're playing it wrong. I think that is not the rule.
Yeah, in this game, there's 6 sides of the die that give like a special power,
Mm-hmm.
and Mario gets 2 sides of the die.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Oh,
yeah,
you got 1 out of 3 chance.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's bullshit.
and his like lets him move all around the board or does all this kind of
Well,
crazy
no.
stuff.
Okay, so if he hits a paid property, it's basically a 1 in 3 chance to roll again and basically avoid the consequences of wherever you landed.
Yeah, it was
Which
it
is
was,
dog shit.
In
In an already stupid ass game. No,
we played that like 10 times this last week.
Did you really? Okay. Oh,
With the children's.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
okay.
I don't remember if we've covered this or not. Okay, I have to ask you.
Okay.
Okay, is you knew kids, you played scouts and all this other stuff. Okay, when you're playing Uno.
Mhm.
Okay, number 1. Can you play draw 4 anytime you want?
No,
Why?
you have to play him when it's the only card that you can play.
What if somebody plays a draw 4? Can you play another draw 4 on it?
No, you have to eat it.
You can't pass them down.
Uh-uh.
Yeah, you can.
Maybe in your house.
Okay, so if a person says draw 4 blue and you have a blue skip or reverse, can you put that on there and avoid the consequences?
No,
because it
you still
matches
eat the
color?
4.
Fucking you guys are crazy.
No, that,
Look,
you-
I've played your way too, okay, where like, okay, we have all these house
Pass the
rules where you
punishment.
can fucking pass the buck a million times using skips, using reverses, or you can play another draw 4 and pass it on to the next person, so you have to draw 8. I played
Yeah.
that way too.
Yeah.
Okay, those are not in the rules.
Those are so,
It's not. In the
It's not in the rules.
I played.
No, I agree. It makes for a better game the way that you're playing it. Okay.
I played this,
Yeah.
and then we went up to Eric's place and stuff and started playing. And they're just like, "What are you doing?"
What is this madness?
And I'm like, "Dude, it's in the rules." And it's like, "The hell it is!" And like, no, none of that stuff. Like,
like-
it is cut and dry.
Yeah, like
yet you guys play with the ones that actually have fucking graffiti cards where you can put whatever
It comes with
bullshit
that in the deck.
that you want in there.
There's 4 cards that you can just draw.
yeah,
whatever
you can write
want.
whatever you want on them.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. So you're telling me that the actual fun way to play, that's out, but the one where you can say like, all right, draw 4 plus drink toilet water is fine.
No, Jeff, nobody's saying that those way you're playing is out.
fine.
It's just not in the rules. So
I don't like the way I don't see the problem here is when you say that, you're putting that in the same category of salting free parking with $500.
Yeah, you do that.
it's not in the rules.
But I'm
These
totally
things
gonna do
are
it.
not.
We always did it.
These things
Yeah.
are not equal.
Yeah.
No.
yeah.
It's 100% equal.
Okay, here's the other question. All right, so I play I just changed the color. All right, so Will throws me a green 2. I play a yellow 2. You have no yellows. You have no 2s.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I have to draw.
Well, no, that's fine. Do you draw until you play,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
But
Or do
in
you
the
just-
rules, you just draw once.
Yeah.
But we always played where you pick up until you can play.
okay?
So
Okay, listeners. Any weird household rules that you have for Uno, please write those in.
Well, that's true. I would look forward to that. But okay, so one last one. If you draw a 2 or yellow,
Mhm.
do you have to play it, or do you get to draw as many as you want?
no, you
No,
have
you
to
have to play.
You must play.
You must
okay.
play. Yeah.
Okay.
But
Because otherwise, the game does take forever. Especially since we used to play with like triple
Oh,
decks.
2 decks.
Yeah.
Two
So
decks,
yeah. I down in my office, I've got a stack of Uno cards. So it's at least 3 decks. So
in our, like, you should be able to play like a draw 4, and then if you have a draw 2, you can play that, and you can make it like a draw.
draw 6.
If
for the next
6,
person.
draw
Yeah.
8.
If it's the color
10.
that they say. If a person says draw 4 yellow, you can't just throw draw 2 on it if it's red.
Anything.
It has to be
No,
of the
doesn't matter.
commensurate
Yeah.
color.
No, you're stacking punishment.
Well, now you're just throwing away cards.
No,
Because that, like,
and it might come back to you because everyone
Yeah.
might still have a draw 2 in their hand or draw 4, so it's like draw 4, draw 6, draw 10, draw 12. I don't have anything. Draw 12.
you draw 12, or you play skip, or you play reverse.
No, that's not mark.
What the fuck? So, okay, so you go with the crazy shit, and then the ability to actually send it back.
Because you're matching the card, basically. It's a draw. So as long as you're drawing, then you can keep matching.
But
Yeah.
the game is all about matching the number or the color.
Or the color.
The colors
So
don't
when
count.
you play, when you say draw 4, you have to name a color, right?
Yeah.
No, you either have to draw or you have to keep adding to the draw.
I am. With a skip or a reverse.
That doesn't add to the draw.
It absolutely does.
No, it has to.
No, it
keep
just passes the draw.
Yeah.
Right?
You
It
have to.
puts a card
You
on.
have to either draw or add to the draw.
So what if I play a draw 4 on you and say blue, and you drop a blue reverse on me? Then do I have to draw 4?
in his
Yes.
world,
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. I never played that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's
I
remember
have played your way, but
the whole
yeah.
game is
It takes
colors
fucking
and
hours.
no. No, actually, with being able to penalize the to be able to skip, basically feeding somebody a whole shit ton of cards, right? The whole purpose, though. All right, let me just say this: when it comes to strategy,
I'm cool to give it a shot,
Yeah.
but that's just not how I play.
No, I've played that.
No, okay, the only reason that I advocate for the specific rules that I'm talking about that have been tested, okay? So like
Test.
no,
I played
okay.
them that way.
No, it's fine. Like so when you these are unspoken rules. So like when you play handball at Rudy Elementary, you have to call decent every time, or you're gonna get a crap serve. Okay? Same thing, right? Also, when you're playing wall ball, you have to specify whether you're playing normal or jungle rules. Okay?
I don't remember those.
Jungle
I only
rules-
remember like waterfall or
No waterfalls, no black magics, no super babies.
Super baby, yeah.
Nobody's gonna know what any of these fucking things.
No, they have a version of these
Yeah.
on
Well,
there.
You can only have waterfalls if your roof has an overhang.
Correct. Yeah. Okay. So
Our school had overhang
right.
on all the walls.
Got it. You had to call decent. Right. First person in line was the referee.
Oh, I don't think I remember doing that.
Yeah, we were.
They were the ones that. Well, because you got to remember one of the other
Same thing
things.
in tetherball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the other things that we had here was kind of like we had like so you know how when you're watching a baseball game, the first like 10 pitchers go out there and scuff up the back of the batter's box.
Oh.
Okay, so on the school courts, the newer painted ones had the back line, but on some of the older courts, all you had were the sidelines where the back line had been scuffed up.
Right.
So the person at the front had to be the one that said, like, well, that's in or out.
Gosh.
Like on that
yeah.
curve or whatever, it's like, would that have actually been inside the square? Right?
Fair, yeah.
But, yeah, so, again, the only reason that I'm talking about these tried and trusted rules is because it's the only version of things that allow for A, the creation of a good directed punishment train, but still a reasonable out, right, to prevent yourself from catching all that.
Yeah, I can see that. So
Because it gives you a couple of cards instead of being like oh, well, he's got two? All right, dump, right? But he has only... Because at that point, the only way to prevent yourself is like, well, then I've been sitting on a draw for a while the whole time.
right, we always had it where you could not go out on one of those.
That's
Really?
crazy.
Yeah,
And that was like the only way to really go out.
yeah.
But if you can't play until
you draw, baby.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
that makes no sense.
Look, man, everybody's got different rules with this shit. It's just, it all comes down to what kind of people you play with. Like, when I was playing as a kid, I played with, like, all the kids that were at my house, okay? And
Oh, the younger ones.
fucking, they would get butthurt, okay? Bad. Oh, you're so fucking mean, blah, 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 you know? And they can't think, like, 6 steps ahead, and
Right.
so we played by the rules. Okay, and I learned to appreciate that game because it's short, it's clean. You can absolutely butt fuck somebody in that game. Okay, but the game's only going to last like 2 minutes. Okay, and so you get another game right after it, rather than everybody taking a fuck this game and fuck your rules, man.
Now, all right, you have to straighten me out here. What would matriarch Pat at the time have said if one of those kids dropped that kind of language?
I'm telling mom. Yeah.
Would your mom have stepped in and said something if one of the children were saying those?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So
I didn't know if that just kind of flew.
no,
No?
that never flew.
At what age?
Like
Any?
8. So
It's okay. Like, when is the first time?
oh man, I was dropping F-bombs by the time I was 8.
Well,
So-
yeah, but in front of your mom?
front.
Oh hell no.
Right.
Well, that was terrible. Oh no.
What about
no,
in front
no.
of your dad?
No, that's even worse. Really? Yeah, that was
Oh, we
even worse.
no,
we had way different
like
rules.
to this day, you don't say the F word in front of mom.
Yeah.
She goes ballistic.
Yeah.
No,
we-
my mom always cussed more than my dad did. So
And my
Yeah.
dad always just said, "It's fine. I get it. You're gonna say it. Never in front of your mother."
never in
Oh,
front of
yeah.
your mother.
And more so, never to your mom.
Oh yeah.
That's the end of the world.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, because I was one of my favorite stories about this was when I was with the amazing Polish Three watching a Super Bowl. And again, these are all grown men in that house, but they still had this weird kind of like halfway, like children but not children relationship with their mother,
Yeah.
right? And so all varieties of language had gone out in front of their mother, but they were weirdly protective of some certain things. And I remember this was the Seahawks Steelers Super Bowl.
Mm.
And I think we were all rooting against the Steelers, or at least I was.
And that holding penalty that pulled back the Sean Alexander run.
Whoa, okay, gotcha. Yeah, that's the one. And I think that may have been it, where one of the guys in the crowd, that wasn't one of them, okay, they started getting to a cussing tirade, right? And it ended with cocksucker, right? And what cracked me up was these guys have been throwing out all sorts of whatever, F this, whatever. All right, everything going out, except that moment, okay? Those three guys popped up from like behind the couch in all the spots, like they were jumping on a live grenade, okay?
Eyes wide. And...
Yes, and all three dudes just like something, and they were like, "What?" It's like, Mom doesn't like the CS.
Yeah.
Right? Which is weird because not only could she hear the curse, she also heard the whispering. And so from upstairs said, "Oh, I don't care."
Yeah.
But it was one of those things, like the horrendous things you said. But if that comes out, oh my God. Oh my God.
It's the end of the world.
And that's our mom of the F word. Is I've had it slip a couple of times. And she goes ballistic.
Split.
Dude,
I don't really say those things that much now.
no, you don't. But
Oh, I've gotten worse.
uh,
I've gotten so much worse. Yeah.
yeah.
The older I get, the saltier it gets. So,
The filter is still strong with me.
my filter is not strong. In fact, I did it in front of my daughter tonight when I spilled butter. So
Which word?
the F bomb. So yeah.
But yeah, you didn't. You just said F. You didn't look at your daughter and say F you.
No.
Did her eyes get big or anything?
No, Lord, she's heard me say 1,000 times, man. Fuck. So if I had a swear jar, her fucking college would be paid for by now. So,
Yeah, but you wouldn't eat.
that's true. Yeah, that's true. I'd rather eat and cuss than send my daughter to college.
Like, you have to decide on your college, man. You have to, like, is she going to, like, state, out of state, community?
I'm pretty sure it's going to involve, like, blue uniforms and bombing ISIS. So,
Okay, well then, yeah. Say whatever you want.
Yeah.
She's gonna go in the military.
No, she
Oh,
won't do it, even though I really want her to. So,
you want her to go in the military?
absolutely, go in the military. So
Hell no.
go do something with your life for a couple of years. So all I did was fucking work. So that sucked. So,
And you'd rather have had the military?
I would have gone in the Navy in a heartbeat, dude.
Pat, you do
I
that.
tried
This dude,
3 times.
this dude tried every
Oh.
branch of the
Every
armed
branch.
service.
Well, except for the Marine Corps, because I knew they weren't going to take me.
Oh man, you picture?
I was an ugly kid.
You were not. No. You were a skinny kid with asthma.
I was a skinny kid, yeah. So
You were
there's no
thin
way.
as a rail,
I
and
was.
so now that I've seen the guys who actually are Marines, and when they talk about that week where they're ringing the bell and shit,
Yeah.
you're gone in the first 6 hours.
Who, me?
Yeah, if they had somehow
If they had let me in, I would have stayed.
in the Marines,
Absolutely.
the shit where they actually put like Thanksgiving dinner out there on the beach, and you got to go out there and swim for
That's
like.
not the Marines, it's the Navy SEALs. So I wasn't going to go be a Navy SEAL. The Marine Corps, you go to boot camp in Paris Island, which is well documented in Full Metal Jacket. So,
Okay, all right.
they would give me that guy's jelly donuts. So
Yeah, dude, you were.
yeah.
You
I
guys,
have size 28 waist, man. So
I did too.
yeah, I know. You
That's
still do,
ridiculous.
fucker.
30, 29, 30.
Yeah,
29.
29.
You're at an odd number.
They
You have to
do
make
that.
your own pants.
Yeah, well, if I do, actually, I think right now 30 is pretty good. But
Oh.
if it's 31, I need a belt.
I guarantee
some
you,
30s
I'm
I need a belt.
38.
Ridiculous. This
Yeah.
is like, well, I'm a 30 when I'm sitting down and pushing it out,
Yeah.
but I'm a 28
I might be a
standing.
45 when I'm doing that. Definitely getting heavy
Oh,
caliber.
man. Like, I obviously, like, I'm not in that. I just remember that he was like, oh my God, I have to undo my belt to sit down.
And it's not Thanksgiving.
No,
No, it's been sitting for several hours,
it's
man.
just
you know.
like any given day, man. Not now, but all right. So anything else, you guys? We got, as far as I can tell, we got about 7 seconds.
We're at about 35.
Oh.
So
Impossible.
I don't know.
Math.
Cool. All right. So
Game math.
all right. So who are you?
I'm Pat.
I'm Will.
I'm Jeffrey. And what did we do, Patrick? What did we just finish up?
This is coffee before bed.
And what do we want to encourage from our listenership this week? What are we going to ask them to do?
Unique, Uno rules.
Unique Uno rules.
Yes.
I don't know. I think that feels kind of trite, man. So
Oh, do you actually have a request?
Well, generally
last
speaking,
week was to fight over something stupid. What was it?
I
these
don't
like
know
Fight Club
because the episode that aired and we haven't addressed it.
Oh, that's right. I fucked it up. Sorry.
Was a repeat. But the whole thing is, yes,
There's a new one up now.
yes,
Yeah.
yes, it's 2 for 1.
2 for 1.
Um, But the whole thing is, if you find any of our opinions objectionable,
Oh, so you want to fight people in the comments?
just say so.
Okay.
Yes,
All right.
say so. You tried to clamp that down.
Yeah, I'm not really a fighter, man. So you know that.
Well, you don't have to be.
Yeah, no. So go fight Jeff. So
Go fight Jeff.
Go fight Jeff. Tell him why his Uno rules are stupid.
Or the midterms or whatever, or if
or whatever.
if
Yeah,
you
yeah.
wanna
You could get into politics.
sit there and bag on me for my Uno shit.
I don't think you
that's
had
fine.
too much controversy tonight.
Yeah.
No, it's because you didn't corner me on some shit where you're just kind of like, well, I'm gonna put Jeff in a corner until he says women aren't actually people.
It usually doesn't take
know?
us cornering you.
Yeah, no.
It usually just takes us
You
saying
just
like
post up in the corner.
women.
I can't shoot from outside the arc.
Right, yeah, exactly. So, like, what was it in Call of Duty? Didn't we have a Jeff spot? So
Yeah, but we can't repeat what we called it.
Oh boy, and that's the
I
end
can't
of the
remember
show. I don't know.
Yeah, it's well,
was it the Jeff hole?
it's
No.
well, okay, yeah, but it was the Jeff spot, but you'd put a derogatory term in front of it.
I don't remember. This is Call of Duty 2? Black
Men
Ops?
who like men.
Oh, that's right. That's right. That was appropriate too. All right, I'm hitting the pen. I forgot about that.
Was it just the gauge?